So I got to see another January movie that's getting crapped on, and it's The Loft. And I found it wasn't half bad. So The Loft is rented by 5 men that go there to have sex with women, and so that their wives do not figure it out. Well, while one of these guys goes to the loft in the morning, he finds a dead body in the bed, handcuffed and bleeding out. And so now it becomes a murder mystery, figuring out which of these 5 loft people ended up doing it. Now, I found The Loft pretty enjoyable and interesting throughout the whole film. I can see why some people don't like it as much, and I can see why maybe it's a little slower for some people, but ultimately I thought it was a pretty good film. Now, do I think it was absolutely amazing mystery? No. But I felt like it had enough twists and it was competently done well enough that I thought it was pretty above average. Now, the 5 men are played by some really good actors. We've got Carl Urban, who is the person that brought them all together and formulated the idea for The Loft. And then we have James Marsden. Then we have James Marsden, who's the typical romantic type of guy that has a really bad, sucky wife and is in love with a prostitute, and so he's the more likable of the 5 guys. Then we have the main character from Prison Break that is the shy type that is sort of nerdy looking and doesn't really say much of his mind. And then we also have one of the guys from Modern Family, who is the loud, obnoxious, sort of comedy type relief character that is a little bit annoying and a little bit of a loudmouth, but he's still not annoying to me. And then the last guy is the wild card of the bunch, who's also addicted to cocaine and absolutely goes crazy. And I don't really remember him that much. I don't remember what else he's been in, but he's the wild card of the group. So the film has 3 different timelines that can be jarring at first, but it's set during the past, which is them getting the idea for the loft and figuring out more about who this dead body is and who might have done it. Then we've got the other timeline, which is them having discovered the body in the loft and them arguing with each other, trying to figure out who did it. And then we have the present timeline with all of them being interrogated by the police. And it's done in a way that isn't too confusing and still straightforward, and I thought it was done interestingly enough and well formulated. Now, I have to admit, there was a lot of great twists throughout the movie, and honestly, it caught me off guard, and normally I'm pretty good at predicting the ending. All I have to do is think who is the least likely to be the bad guy, and 90% of the time you can get it right. But this was a little bit more unpredictable for me, and I have to give it credit. Now, the characters are a little bit more bland than most of the mystery type movie characters, but so I can see why some people don't like it as much, and it keeps it from being really, really great. But at the same time, I still was interested enough with the characters, and I can see why people absolutely can hate these characters. After all, they're characters that are cheating on their wives, and that's really hard to care about a character that's doing something like that. Also, something that's not fully developed is their relationships with their wives and their kids. Oftentimes throughout the movie, people are saying, well, you're cheating on this person, right? And then another person will argue, he has a good wife and kids, but at the same time, we never see the kids, we barely ever see the wives, and we don't really see the relationships with them. Now, that's something that could be good with a normal good movie, but at the same time, for a mystery movie, it sort of would take away from the whole mystery plot. So I can see why they didn't delve deeper into that aspect, but at the same time it is feeling like it's missing. So overall, I did like the film. I felt it was really competent and well done, and I'm going to have to give The Loft 3 stars. So have you seen The Loft? What did you think about it? Comment below. If you haven't seen The Loft, what is your favorite mystery movie? So this is Bruce Gifford, and this was Just My Opinion.